How's it going, everybody? So, see my last debacle. Drill bits not wanting to do their job. So, modifying another set of tongs I have to hold this guy right here. This is a 1-inch by 12-inch long piece of 1045. This is going to be my new hammer drift. So, I'm going to get the tongs to hold this. Hopefully it'll hold it well enough. Get this in the fire, and we'll go ahead and go about the new way I'm going to be doing these. And if they turn out really well, this will eventually be a product I want to sell, especially now that I really like making tools. Like, it's been my favorite thing, and if I can spread tools to other people to make more tools, like, that'd be even cooler. So I'm going to go ahead and get that modified, get this in the fire, and then we'll go ahead and get started. So guys, you might notice I am going to use my hammer. Hopefully the hammerhead don't fly off. This one moves steel a lot better. I'm hoping that'll help out with moving this bigger steel I'm not used to working with. So I went from one end and I put a center dot mark 6 inches. And then I did another one at 4 inches from the other side. And apparently it wasn't enough. Oh, right there. That's about where I need it. So I'm going to go ahead and set that right there. I'm just kind of establishing a small flat, the length that I need. So you can see that center dot mark. That's the 6-inch one. This is the 4. But now that I kind of got a flat, I know where I'm starting at. I want to go ahead and get that flat back on there. And then I'm going to tip it up a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and start a taper. This is the striking end I'm making right now. I have a goal. I want to take this down to about 3/4. So go ahead and look at that. Pretty much there. I'm going to go ahead and have a couple little dips in there. Might as well clean it up a little bit. Now that we have that, bring it up, make sure it's square. I'm pretty much bringing that taper back. decided for the struck end, 4 inches is probably way too much. So I got just a couple inches. Now I'm going to go ahead and go to octagon. Apparently my forge is going out. So I think that, as you can see that, a little octagon on the end. I was going to make it like longer, make it more of a handle, do a taper all the way up. I think it's just excessive for what this is going to be. Especially for my first, you know, hopefully good one. Let's see if I can grab it on this end now. Alright, I'll get this back in and hopefully get the forge fixed and then start working on the other end. Alright, now I'm going to do a pretty aggressive taper. Woo! So this is why I wish I had that other set of tongs. These ones, they just don't seem to want to fit. So guys, I just couldn't take it anymore. I rigged this pair of tongs. I can hold on to it way tighter. far down as I want to go. Now I just got to start tapering this back. But I'm going to let this cool off a little bit, measure that, make sure that's where I want it, and then we'll come back and taper it. So to taper this back, I'm going to pick it up to match the angle, tip it down, and hit my hammer a little bit farther back. So I'm just going to go ahead and do a couple hits each side, flatten it. This part's going to be a slow process because I want it to be as accurate as I can. So I'm going to keep doing that. When you make yours, if you make one, as far back as you want to make the taper. I want the taper at least 6 inches, 6 to 8 inches back. So I'm going to go ahead and keep working that taper. As soon as the taper's done, then I'll bring you guys back in. Okay, so now I got this tapered all the way back. So it started out with 12 inches, and now we're to 14. So I drew out an extra 2 inches between this little taper on this end and then the square taper on this end. Now I'm going to go ahead and get this hot and go to octagon, then to round. And I'll do one heat, showing you guys that. Then when that's done, we'll move on to the next step. So pretty much I'll take the flat side of the hammer, put it up in a diagonal. So pretty much I'll work this into an octagon and then hit the peaks on that to make it into a round. And then I'll show you guys the next part after that, because that'll involve a Farrier's file. And we'll go through and we'll smooth it out a little bit better. But for now, that's pretty much it. Just try to keep everything straight and square while you're going. Okay, now that I got it kind of rounded, I'm going to go ahead and take a Farrier's rasp. And this will help take away some of them lumps and bumps that it's hard to get out with a hammer. And I'll do this a couple heats. I watched this on Daniel Moss's channel, and it seemed like a pretty good idea to get it nice and evenly around. So I'm going to go ahead and at least give him some credit. But I'm going to do this a couple heats to get rid of any of the lumps and bumps. And then we'll go ahead and do the actual part that makes it the size of the eye up top. Yep, that's pretty much it. You just do that until you get all these. You probably can't see them, but there's like a ridge right here that I didn't get. And you just keep doing it until it makes you happy. So I got another heat or two. So after you do all the filing, it's nice and round. I'm really glad I watched his videos to learn that little trick, because this is definitely a lot cleaner than I've done it before. So I'm going to go ahead and go to where it's thick up here. I'm going to use the flat side of my hammer and establish a flat. Slowly work that at the end. I'll flip it over, the same spot. Go ahead and get that hot, and I'm just going to keep working them two sides. Yep, you just keep working those spots. Essentially, all you do is work this down to the size of the eye. So if you have a specific handle you like to use, figure out what that measurement is, and that's what you want this area up in here to be. So I'm shooting for about an inch wide, maybe an inch and a quarter by 3/4. That's it for this video, guys. So just to kind of give you a view of both of them next to each other, this is my old one, this is my new one. So a pretty big difference. Pretty much the taper in my new one is almost the length of my entire drift. I didn't quite get the inch by 3/4 that I wanted. It's 3/4 by, I mean, it's just under. So it should still make a decent handle. I think next time if I order some steel, I'm going to get some 1.25 inches instead of an inch. Or when I make another one at some point, after I make all my hammers, I'll use the peen, cross peen, and maybe spread this out a little bit. But either way, this will give me a nice hand, or hand or two width from where the hammerhead's going to be. I'm not going to be burning myself nearly as bad with this. But overall, I think it's better than my last one, so that's a good thing. I wouldn't say that this one's good enough to where I would feel okay selling it to somebody. Mostly because I thought I did okay in a couple spots and decided to quit, and I should have kept going. Like when I rounded it, if I'd have rounded this better, I would have less. I have like little divots in the side here, or if I filed longer or whatever. But I know what I can do to fix it, so that's always the best point to make is know how to fix your mistakes. So I should have a video I'm probably not going to do a video of me re-drifting my old hammer, but I will use this on my next hammer I make, because after I fix my old hammer, I'm making another one. So because I need a straight peen hammer, so when I make more hammers, I can do a better job on like the cheeks and stuff. So, but that's it for this video, guys. Please like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. We're getting there. I'm at like 70 something, 72, 73 by the time I shot this video. I think when I hit 85, I'll say what I'm going to give away at 100. So, but there we go. Thanks a lot.